Good evening, everyone. Uh, my name is Atosin Samo, and I'm bringing you a weekly outlook for just three assets right now, which are the ones I'm currently trading as they are volatile at the moment. So we have Euro USD, we have gold, and also we have Nasdaq. And this is just looking at the economy of Canada week. So I only take euro and dollar, and I filtered by impact news, medium impact, and bank holidays too. So if we look at it, we have looking at it, we have some data downgrade. For example, the ADP non-farm employment change and unemployment claims have been downgraded to medium impact news. The impact news for the week, the services PMI, also the job openings. And we have on Tuesday, and then we have the NFP released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics on Friday by 1:30. And the rest are just medium impact news. You can look into them. And also we have a downgrade as well in the prelim University of Michigan data releases. So not much to look for except for Tuesday and perhaps Friday. But we want to look at the orange food and news as well, the weekly market. So going on very quickly. For the euro dollar, we have uh, a a close that indicates buy pressure after some retracement or from the move since last year. So we have some retracement and then we bought back last month. And right now we are hovering around this price point. The weekly time frame saw a market that traded the low for the prior week and then went berserk and went above the prior week open before closing below it on Friday. And the daily is a bit interesting because I was watching this candle. I didn't know we could close below the high for the previous day because we did have an engulfing candle to start on Thursday and we continue trading until we perhaps a profit taken on Friday, which left the candle closing as a pin bar. So that takes us to the main demand, which is what to expect for next week. What I believe my perspective of the market for next week. So like I said, we took the low of the market on Thursday and then we have this eruption upward. So on Friday we did trade to the second standard deviation from graph and then we rejected and we came back below. But one thing to miss the fact that we didn't reach the lower cap or test it, which means I'm bullish Euro USD as long as we can go above 1.1735 next week. I'm bullish till we reach the week high, prior week high, this case right now. And then I'll use some ideas to trade the rest, my day trading ideas to trade the rest, which I actually do on the lower time frame. So that is Euro USD, bullish as long as we go above 1.1735. I'm going to go very quickly. We have gold here. It's been a bit slow since we have the rally in January and also those craziness in February and March. And right now we have a market that closed inside candle for the month of April. And in May we have started very side pending candles, so we didn't reach any side yet. Weekly time frame we have at the prior week close inside candle. We broke below the prior week and also the inside candle and we close below, which is indicating some selling pressure on gold. On the daily, we have a turnaround later on Thursday when the buy kicked in for almost all the three assets that I trade. But one thing to notice is the fact that we went above the previous day's high and we formed this doji candle. And if you look at the 1 hour for volume profile and view up, you see the way both closed. So when the downtrend We recovered, we stuck around the graph for a bit, we closed back downward, and then we went above on Friday. I wasn't expecting this move above on Friday, so I didn't trade it. So we rejected, so we went above, and then we retraced, maybe some profit taken, as I would like to assume. And look at where we closed. We closed around the VPOC for the week and also the VWAP for the week, which is indicating a bit of indecision in the market. Buyers are not willing to step into it. Sellers are not willing to, are not too aggressive too. So we have a consolidatory market. So what to look for next week? Maybe if we have a quick move back upward, that would be good. Um, but mostly I just expect a sideways trend of this, except there's any development in Iran that can cause high volatility in the market. And also look at here, we have something very important here. We have something that I'm sure is a single point on some charts. As it traders inside this a fair value gap now within price here. So something to look at really, and perhaps go for a downtrend. I'm not too confident in this one. I believe we'll be sideways. We may be sideways next week. I'll be trading mostly on the lower time frame and no swing trade on this one, unless we have some new development I'm going to fill you in as it progresses. And lastly, for Nasdaq, this one has been crazy. Last month, Nasdaq recorded the best month since I believe 2020. So it was just positive, and we see the start of the month as well of May. We've traded the prior month high, which is indicating that people are just eating the buy and eating the buy. And you can see this leg on Nasdaq. There's some nice leg. I was able to catch some buy, not as much as I hoped I would, but it is what it is. On Friday, you can see the buy continued, buy momentum continued on Friday, which is very bullish. I won't try shorting Nasdaq right now. Maybe on the lower time frame, if I have a liquidation setup, but I will also be very conservative with the sizing. So moving to the 1 hour very quickly. There isn't much to show in the 1 hour because we closed prices very, very bullish. We closed above the value we had for the prior week. We closed at the second standard deviation, which is which is something I expected some retracement close to the end of last week, is indicating that the momentum is not dying. So we have this market like this, close bullish, we gap down, continue again, we gap down, we continue again. We had a bit of a gap down here, so we consolidated and we continued, and look at where we close now. So unless we have some sort of impact news that brings it below 2700, I'm not sure I'm willing to sell this thing for a day trade or a swing trade idea. So I'm going to be waiting. If I have any development in info or any other thing, maybe I'll consider that. So that is it for today, guys. Please note that these are just my ideas, my view of the market. Trade with caution. You look and good trade. Bye for now.